Now put the lotion in the basket. It does as it's told, precious!
It rubs the lotion on its skin, or as it gets the hose again.
Hello friends, trace amounts of science. We're back in it today with some r/Tinder. Maybe I can offer some good advice, or at least we could probably have a laugh at some weirdos. You know, that's really what it's all about, secretly. But you probably do that already. Thanks for being here today. Let's jump on into this thing. He sent this, then immediately a match. WTF. I only matched with you to ask you why in the world you would, for 2 seconds, think I'd have anything to do with you. Like, in what fantasy world do you live? It's a real dick move. What, you just trying to increase your own self-worth by bringing somebody else down. That's never cool. You're using online spaces to reject people the same way, you know, meat people reject you in reality. So, shame on you and seek some help. But it is always a good sign when we start off with a psychopath, so we'll jump into the next one. Guys, this is so much fun. Hey, beautiful. I'd love to be the cowboy that you love, which was something in her bio. And she says, hey, how are you? OP says, yeah, hey, I'm doing good. Just a lazy day today. What about you? Same.
I wanted to have fun, damn it. For real this time. And all that happened was I got sad.
OP says, lol, what are you looking for on here? And she says, my hubby. This is so, I can't. I see why OP is going to check out of this in short order. OP says, I'd love to apply for the position. Ha ha ha. Yeah, I always wanted to marry a brick wall. She says, ha ha. Oh yeah. And OP says, uh-huh. What are the requirements? And she says, And LP sends a picture of a kid talking to a brick wall. Yeah, what else do you want from me? I can't do anything with this, okay? The one time I pin you down with an open-ended question and all I get is like the little twirly loading icon or whatever it is. No, this is no good. If you're looking for a house robot or something, a Stepford wife, maybe continue the conversation, but otherwise, yeah, it's time to bail. If you're looking for anyone who can offer you any sort of intellectual stimulation whatsoever, it's time to look elsewhere. This OP says, excuse me? Because the guy matched with her, and then he said, hey, would you wear like a little bunghole buddy while we ride on a motorcycle?
I don't know. Don't talk to me.
This fantasy is already very elaborate. OP just says, what happened to hello? How are you? That didn't get a response, so now we have to resort to extreme measures. I mean, we didn't say the measures will be effective, but they will be extreme. This OP says, safety first. Hey, wanna see something? OP says, sure. And she says, do you want a phone bone? And OP says, no, I don't want to get an ear infection. Yeah, you're moving a little too fast there. Of course, we could just use a prophylactic measure of some sort, but then I gotta go down to the store and buy the rubbers, and the clerk gives me this weird look when I buy these little tiny ear-sized... Never mind. It's fine. Also, on top of that, I wasn't really gonna say anything, but like the immediate proposition along with the rather masculine jawline makes me second-guess this even more. But, whatever. Good luck out there with your weird internet things. This OP says his profile said he didn't have any kids. OP said, wait, you have kids? And he said, indoor from home, so daytime is my time. Yes, one son. And she says, I'll be totally honest, and I don't mean to be rude, but kids aren't my thing. I don't know how else to say that, but I wanted to be straightforward with you. And he says, they're not mine either.
Look, that's not my son. Believe me, anybody can't tell me that is my son. Why?
Well, at least that one definitely is yours. Anyway, let's grab coffee. And OP says, no thank you. Screw off then! BS, see you next Tuesday! Damn, dude, massive bullet dodge there. This is why it's pretty good to talk it out a little bit before jumping to the first date, because yes, sometimes people do go on the internet and tell lies. Could you believe that? This OP says, I switched my first photo and bio to these, and all of a sudden I'm getting 10 times the matches. I think I cracked the code. Yeah, the first rule, be attractive. Bald white man with a slightly asymmetrical face wearing a white t-shirt that says, real punks support their local library. Yeah, dude, real punks support anything that is for the community's greater good, you know? Start a community garden, that's fucking punk as shit, man. I love it. The most punk rock thing that I did recently, there's a native population called the Aitas here in the Philippines, and they're not as well off as a lot of other citizens, like living in literally a bamboo and straw house, you know what I mean? They don't have lights. So me and wifey bought a bunch of solar lights with money that we raised on a live stream from the ReddX community, lovely people that they are. We went to install those solar lights in these people's houses, and there's so many like, it feels so good to do it, you know? It's such a simple gesture, but for them, it's absolutely life-changing. Now I have lights at night. After they went without that for years. And the first couple of times we went out, like all these politicians wanted to tag along, you know, get their face shown while the nice thing was happening. And the first time that it happened, I realized what was happening, got really, really pissed off about it, ranted on a live stream. And the next time we went to do it, we told nobody else to come. So we're going to handle this one ourselves, okay? We don't need any politicians attached. Thank you so much. And yeah, that's punk as shit. I do still owe the Aitas some toilets, but it's been raining, and yeah, I don't think we can even get them installed at this point. I wish we had a local library here. If I have to pay for one with my own money that I raise from the channel, then I totally will. You know what I mean? Like anything you can do to enrich your community, I'm for it. That shirt is simple, but it says a lot. At least to me. Maybe some people think it's weird or don't give a shit, but I don't really want to interact with those people. That's a lot to say about your shirt, OP. But yeah, I think you did crack the code. He's looking for long-term, open to short. Soft boy trapped in a giant pit bull's body. Sad face emoji. Or grieving emoji. Less than a mile away, 185 centimeters. Small business owner. Yes, 185 centimeters and being moderately attractive. You have cracked the code. It's also a cool shirt. The About Me is like a little woo. But if it works for you, it works for you, you know? Now do something really fucking punk rock and go to a local show. Support your local music scene. What's wrong with you? Shouldn't be on Tinder. You should be dating a chick with a mohawk who just threw up on your shoes, you know? Different strokes. This OP says, I felt bad ghosting this guy because we had been talking and making plans to meet. I stopped texting him for a day or so because my dad passed and I wanted to explain myself. OP says, my dad passed on Thursday and it's been a lot. And he said, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. My dad's birthday party is today. And she says, have a good time, smiley. And he says, thank you. Family's coming over and everything. Well, not a ton of self-awareness there, but at least he did the thing and, you know, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Was that not fulfilling his side of the social contract? I'm sorry. I'm not really good at this shit either. When is the proper time to shift gears? According to my programming, you sent a smiley face. It is backwards, but it still looks like it's smiling. And to me, that means we move on to maybe happier subjects, because I can't dwell on that thing for too long. I sent my condolences, but how am I going to get too caught up about it? Especially when they haven't even gone on the first date. It's fucking ridiculous. What do you expect here, OP? Come on. Did he fumble the bag a little bit when he's talking about his family coming over? Yeah, sorta. But I don't know. Now you know that he's self-absorbed. Do with that information what you will. You've gone on no dates yet. This is a net zero game. Win or lose, doesn't really matter right now. So whatever, you don't like that, pack it in, move on. Sorry about your dad. Like your potential date, that's about all I can offer because I didn't know your dad. I don't know you. Am I lacking a bit of pragmatism in that? Yeah, probably. But all that to demonstrate the point that, yeah, it's not really that big a deal. Anyway, this OP says rules 1 and 2 don't apply. I'm not sure what happened here. Which, of course, 1 and 2 are be attractive. Be tall? Be attractive? I can't remember. It worked for the punk library guy, that's what I know. OP says, together we could try and get over my fear of small talk. And this person responds and says, the weather today, am I right? You matched with blank. Yeah, so wet right now. Just like me. Ew. OP says, oh, sorry to hear that. You didn't have an umbrella? We don't need protection where we're going. Yeah, you know what? I'm out. I'm out already. AIDS research has come a long way in recent years, but there is no protection from ReddX brand Super AIDS.
He's got AIDS!
Catch the fun. This OP says, what? She said, you're only 6'2". Yeah, only. He says, unfortunately, only taller than 95% of the population. And she says, that's just too short. Crying kitty emoji. And he says, how tall are you? 4'11". And OP says, you gotta be fucking with me. She says a question mark. And then OP says, you're telling me that someone over a foot taller than you is short? And she says, yes, and, or sends an Ariana Grande song, which to me just means another bullet dodge. Or like the Matrix out here today. This next OP says, and there it is. Bonus of this storm is I get to work from home. I'd like to come and work you from home. She sends an eye roll emoji and says, get in line. I'll take a number, but honestly, I'm just flirting. And OP says, would you flirt like that in person? And he said, yes, I would. I'm very sassy and very flirty / direct. You're too fat to be bitching about stuff like that, though. Yes, and you're too disgusting and lecherous to even interact with further, so goodbye. Good luck with the stink of desperation and whatnot. This OP says, message from a few years back, very charming. Dude says, wanna Netflix and kill me? Yeah, please release me from this prison of existence. Yeah, definite mood. You can fix me. No, I don't think I'm in the market for that. We gotta move on. This OP says, I finally had a normal interaction on Tinder, answering a question about how I felt given some mouth. And OP said, yeah, I'm gonna be so for real right now. Between past experiences and a sensitive gag reflex, I really don't enjoy that stuff. Dude says, understandable. You seem nice, but I don't think we're seeking the same things. Yeah. Sloppy top.
You gotta give him that huck too and spit on that thing. You get me?
She says, yeah, that's totally okay. Hope you find what you're looking for on here. Yeah, I want fun dates, but to get to know the person, but, you know, intimate fun's also a priority too, so I'd rather not waste your time, smiley face. Best of luck on here. If this is what counts for a normal interaction, I fucking give up, man. I just don't want to do it anymore. Well, pack it in, boys. I think we're done. Every time I kiss you, I'm gonna taste 36 other guys. 37.
37. My girlfriend sucked 37 dicks in a row?
This OP says, that's rough, buddy. About 3 years ago, you said the timing wasn't right, and you wish we'd met 3 years from then, so just checking in to see how you're doing. And she says, hey, I'm great. Actually engaged, living in Paris, with twins on the way. Yeah, sometimes life can change a lot in just 3 years. Sometimes. I do feel so bad for OP, dude. Still out here trying to do the fucking thing, huh? Can I get a oof in the chat? Does break my heart. This OP says, well, okay, I guess. Again, breaking my heart. -1 like. How does this even happen? Is this software gore? Is this a really rare else statement to keep the app from crashing? -1 like it. What have you been doing out here? I'm not gonna blame Tinder for this one. I'm sure the onus falls on you somehow, OP. This OP says, couldn't tell if she was serious, but my curiosity got the best of me. The best way to ask me out is by sending me a date proposal to my dating email. Bonus points for creativity, must attach a photo, best. And, he did it. The mad lad did it. Dear dating prospect, I hope this email finds you well. I'm reaching out to submit a proposal for what I believe would be a mutually beneficial collaboration. No, don't call it collaboration. That's what they call it on OnlyFans, don't. The meaning of that word has changed a lot in just the past few months. He says, attached, you'll find a detailed presentation outlining the vision and strategic objectives for our potential project, as well as the required photo. After a thorough analysis and relevant market research, I'm confident that this proposal will succeed where others have failed. Should this concept pique your interest, I'm available to discuss further details at your earliest convenience. I look forward to hearing from you. Best regards, OP, Head of Date Development, Fun Corp, and also an Instagram. And then the proposal, I wanted it to be like super elaborate and stuff, but it's just marker on a piece of notebook paper. Although, probably a lot more than most dudes would send to a dating email. It's like, yeah, I don't give a shit enough to do that, okay. Doing something really fun. Me getting you coffee and or books. That's me, and that's girl, and there's also room for Jesus. That last part's my favorite. No premarital relations here. Unless... Little P says, I impressed myself with this one. Yeah, definitely brag about it on Reddit, bro. Here we go. Would it make you weak in the knees if I told you I cook professionally and can make all the swirly potatoes you like? And she said, slightly, but you've got some tough competition. My mom's a food tech teacher with some mean gadgets and recipes. And he says, now, that's not fair. I'm good, but I can never compete when a mom's cooking, especially when she can cook a daughter like you. And she says, now that was smooth. Honestly, not the worst thing I've ever seen. Worst thing I've ever seen was a dude telling a chick that he would blow her dad in order to taste the recipe or something like that.
What? No, dude!
I'm glad you didn't go that route. There's still a weird connotation here, but that's fine. It seems like it worked. That's fine. Normal and fine. Only normal and fine things happen on Tinder. This OP says, I think I found the one. Hey, you! What are you up to? Currently participating in a 100-day edging streak, and it's starting to get, like, really gross and cheesy. Oh, cool. OP says, now, why would you feel the need to tell me that? And he says, because I want you to lick it off. I hate this. So does OP. That's fucking disgusting. Yeah, but you'll like it. Just try a little bit. And then I can eat the shedding of your uterine lining. This is some deep type of mental illness. I don't think I can fix this one. Holy shit. They had me in the first half. I'm like, oh, I think I found the right one. That's good. We're gonna have a nice one. No, this is probably the worst of the bunch thus far. We'll see if we can beat it, though. This OP says, I've been back on dating apps for 1 day. Morning, how goes it? I'm good, thanks. You? Lol, yeah, all right, thanks. Just plodding on at work. Okay, well, thanks for the interest. I'll leave you alone. Bye. And she says, excuse me? And he said, thanks for making online dating super exciting. And she said, this is why you're single. You can't wait 2 minutes for a reply. Honestly, yeah. Big red flag right there. Why don't you, like, I don't know, do some fucking work at work while you wait? That's a crazy idea, I know. I wonder if that company knows they have a lunatic working for them. Anyway, this OP says, I really like this opener. Lamau, you match with blah, blah, blah. You must get prettier every time a guy disappoints you because, damn. I mean, it's kind of deprecating to an entire gender, but also thinly veiled compliment. How could she resist? Our next OP says, I think I give up. You know, sometimes that's well advised. Blurred out photo, but about me says, I could be your tatted alt girlfriend. No, you couldn't, bitch. I don't think you're punk enough. Do you support your local library? She says, hi. And OP says, what's up, tatted alt cutie? And she sends a sad face. And he says, why so sad? I hate the tatted alt line. I'm not an object. My aesthetic isn't meant for your pleasure, dog. And he said, it's in your bio. And she says a skull emoji and a pointing. You're right. But it's just because I want you to be original and say something else for real. Like, oh my god, I love your hair. I don't know. Well, I'm sorry I'm not a fucking mind reader. How about that? Sure, it's generic, but it's supposed to be safe until you get, like, righteously indignant about the fucking thing you wrote about yourself. It just cut her too deeply. She's like, I don't want people to see me that way. Only I'm allowed to see me that way. Okay, fine, you're not a tatted alt girl. You're a spiritual, lyrical, miracle individual. Who cares? Next post. OP says, I'm tired of getting D pics. Baby, hey! Pic. Is that big or small? And she said, it's very tiny. Oh, for real? Yup. Is it too small for you? Yes. That makes sense. I mean, I don't know what else to say about this. I think it's some sort of humiliation proclivity because the guy, you know, while he seems devastated, he's also participating. He seems happy about it. The only way to win is really, like, not to play. Or to go r/praying mantis on it and be like, oh my god, it looks like an overgrown boil. We're gonna have to lance it, you know what I mean? No, don't do that either. He probably liked that too. Non-engagement. I think that's the secret. Anyway, moving on. This OP says, sometimes it's this easy. They liked person's photo and then said, question is, do your golf skills translate to mini golf? And she says, I'm trash, ha ha ha. And he says, well, that means I need to take you out then, because that's what you do with trash. And she says, lol, 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 I'm down. Yes, it is that easy, in theory. Now set up the date and all the stuff. See if the mystery and romance is still alive. Does kind of tend to die when you compare schedules. Like, oh, I can't do it this day. But yeah, cool opener. Really neat. And her self-worth isn't that high, so you know what, never mind. It's fine. I'm sure she's a lovely girl. OP says, hey, wait, she's making the moves? I have the best pickup line. OP says, okay, go for it. It's a bit dirty, but I was on the floor when I heard it. And he says, I'm fine with dirty. I just always try to be respectful. She said, call me Colgate, because 9 out of 10 dentists would recommend me in your mouth. Winky face. It's okay. You can call me the 10th dentist, because that will increase your rate of throat cancer by quite a little bit. I don't know if you want to take that route, OP. Is it fun and flirty, or is it the Michael Douglas future that you never dreamed of? I guess there's only one way to find out. OP says, this shifted gears quickly. Are you asexual? She says, definitely. I thought so. So, you're just looking for platonic talks? And she says, I'm looking for a victim to drain of their blood.
Don't come to my house or else I'll suck your dick. Blood. I'll suck your blood.
Oh, okay, well, good luck out there. Some people really are into. I don't know if you're doing it ironically, but yeah, I don't want to find out. Next up, he says, new insecurity unlocked. You have lots of forehead for me to aim at. Horrifying. OP says, I'm changing my photos immediately. Aim what exactly? You already know what. It doesn't need to be elaborated further. Also, I didn't know Rihanna was out here on Tinder. That's funny. OP says, sir, you sent me a like. And yes, indeed, he liked OP's photo. And then OP was the first one to respond and said, hi, you look like you know how to have fun. What's your favorite thing to do in the city? Let's find out, nerd face. OP says, haha, sounds good. How long are you in place for? Couple months. See, the 1-2 word responses. Again, like talking to a brick wall. OP says, oh, right, okay. I'm probably looking for something a bit more long-term, sorry. Laughing with tears emoji. Lol, we could hang out as friends, though, if you wanted. OP, stop. They responded with an emoji. They don't give a shit about this. Leave it on red and be done with it. He said, this conversation's just kind of strange, laughing with tears. Don't want to be rude, but who told you you'd even have a chance with me? OP says, what? It's a dating app. And you sent me a like. Yes, a like. Surely this means something to you. I know you agonized over my photos. No, he didn't. He's just like with one hand, left, right, left. You were one of the rights in there. I can't remember which one. Definitely not the one that's in his pants right now. It is a really weird conversation. I'd like to see OP show a bit more backbone, but sometimes it comes with time, you know. So we'll give it time to develop and we'll move on. First match, by the way, says this OP. Hi. Hey, how you doing? I'm good. How are you? You're very fine. OP says, I'm doing all right. Just got some new tattoos, so I'm chilling. And you're pretty fine yourself. That's pretty cool. Are they the ones on your profile? Hey, what a busted side. Yeah, that's a non sequitur. OP says, wow, that took a turn. And yeah, I got him today after work. And she says, sorry. And then the conversation continues on. But OP didn't want to show us that part. He's gonna do it. You mad lad.
Absolute mad lad.
Better make sure you can deal with her for 18 more years. All she wants is to get pregnant by the end of this year. By anybody. Literally anybody. And the way things are going on Tinder, yeah, it's gonna happen. Anyway, next post. I think somebody's a little confused. Future MILF. I don't want children. Okay, well, good goals, you know. I guess that's why it's in the future. It doesn't say I don't want children in perpetuity. It just says, not right now. Maybe a little bit down the road. Next post is, yeah. Huh. OP says, hi. And he says, hi. When do I get to meet the others? Cow emoji. And OP says, you know what? Instead of end myself note, I'm just gonna leave a printout of this. Lol, why? You're too hot to die. Stay in real life so I don't have to dream about you and those knockers. Oh my god, man. It's tough out here, you know? Some dudes stay out here for years just waiting for a match. And then other dudes, they get matches and then they say some shit like this. And then there's probably a very small percentage of people that actually do get laid. The downside of that is I'm pretty sure they all have herpes. You just can't win in this old world, you know? That's what I'm saying. Anyway, next post. OP asks, send it? And she says, buying me Rainbow Six Siege, I'll give you something worth your money in return. And he says, what's worth Rainbow Six Siege? And she says, I'll give you some sloppy top. Damn, dude. What was Rainbow Six Siege? On sale, it's like $5. That's terrible. You're expecting to get like all the operators of that shit. Nah. You're getting the basic version, 4 operators, and you will say thank you. Jesus. Truly every day we stray further from God's light. Whatever. Next post. This one is rather interesting. OP says, so this is the worst so far. Los Angeles is impossible. 39-year-old guy has no chance. By user Chill Val Daddy. And already that name pricks my ears. Why are you calling yourself Daddy username? That shit's kind of weird, right? The girl says, hi, I was wondering if we hit it off. Do you think you could help me with like $2,000 a month starting November 1st? I'm good. How about you? And then, of course, he posted to Tinder, completely out of context. Because as it turns out, he was looking for a sugar baby type of situation. But he's too broke for a sugar baby of that caliber. So you want to get on Tinder and complain about it. Look how men are taken advantage of. Like if you had a clean Reddit profile, there wasn't all the other weird sugar daddy stuff on it, I probably would believe this. I'd be like, yes, dating in LA, it's hellish, man. But you're making it a lot more hellish on yourself by trying to buy women's affections. Like, openly offering to do it, and then complaining about it on Reddit. Presuming nobody's gonna click on your profile and check. Well, I checked. Now he's scrubbed his profile clean. Or else I'd have some screenshots. I looked at this like a week ago. I should have recorded it then. Oh well, moving on. This OP says, somehow I did not fumble. How old are you again? You look super young in that picture. And she says, I'm 33, lol. Thank you, lol. And he says, no way. And she says, yup. And he says, whatever you're doing with your skin, you keep doing it. Wait, that was creepy AF. Ha ha ha. I'm dying. And then he sends a gift that says, happy cannibal noises. And yeah, I guess if you're into vor, you know, just go ahead. That's something that you seem to connect on, maybe. Although I don't see any further responses, so maybe OP is just trying to lie on the internet, soothe his bruised ego just a little bit, and I know what'll soothe it more than anything else. Now put the lotion in the basket. It does as it's told, precious!
It rubs the lotion on its skin, or as it gets the hose again.
I don't think she's gonna go on that date. I gotta be real honest with you. You might have fumbled a bit more than you thought. Anyway, we're moving on. This woman is using the Uno reverse card tactic. She says, I want someone who wants to date backwards. For example, let's do it all day. And we talk in bed and find out about each other's past and future. Yeah, that sounds horrifying to me. No thanks. That's already like a giant red flag to me. Are you kidding? I know she got a line of horned up dudes at the door that are just like, I'm ready to go. And then they start talking and you find out they're kind of a hollow husk of a human being. Why isn't it working? It's such a foolproof strategy. And OP says, then we'll go get food or order in and watch something and repeat until it develops or fizzles out. Everyone wins, in my opinion. I mean, if you're happy to do it, you go for it. But there's a reason it's got backwards right in the fucking name. No thanks. I'll continue on with tradition. Good luck out there, though. I really underestimated how much of a nightmare Tinder actually is. But here's evidence. This OP says, I was actually really enjoying Tinder until this. Uh-oh. OP says, I see you're a gamer. What games do you play? There are many wrong answers. Yeah. Don't say Destiny. You get me with that fucking looter shooter? If it's not Borderlands, I don't want to hear about it. But it seems like he names a game that I've never heard of when he says, them boobies, though. And OP says, bruh. Bro, what? Sometimes thoughts are allowed to stay inside. Yes, especially thoughts like that.
Hey champ, that's really interesting. Next time, keep it to yourself.
I play a variety of games. COD, Apex, Valorant, Fortnite, Hogwarts, and most action/adventure games. No, I have to say it. And OP says, I have to ask why boobies and not a grown-up word, skull emoji. And he said, but that is the grown-up word, though. No, I don't think it is. You'd have stood a better chance with honker donkers. I gotta be real honest with you. You'd have stood the best chance if you just answered the fucking question. I mean, your tastes are basic as hell. There's definitely at least one wrong answer in there, but OP might have been willing to overlook it, if not for, you know, your first impression. Which, let me impress upon you, it was terrible. It's time to pack it in. You go away now. Thanks so much for watching. I appreciate you. Check out the YouTube memberships or the Patreon if you would. Consistent money every month. Really pulling my bacon out of the fire, you know? You can also support by buying merch over on the fourth wall. Yes, indeed. Many new designs gone up there. Of course, if you can't afford to do any of that, sharing the video is like one of the most important things ever. Word of mouth, you can't put a price tag on that. Tell a friend about the weird shit you listen to. It's okay. No, but really, I appreciate you guys hanging out. I want you all to remember that you are loved, you are worthy, you definitely deserve it, and I shall see you in the next one. So until then, bye-bye.